Welcome. I'm Kinetic Symphony. I hunt down and report on weird and true mysterious stories, from glitches to the paranormal. Would you like even more content? Here's my Patreon. Now onto the stories.
Case file number 1069, written by DysturbedSerenity, Perfume and Time Warp, My Journey into the Past. This was the weirdest experience I've had to date, and I still get choked up and emotional when I think about it. It was 2010, and I was 25 years old, living at home with my very supportive parents who were helping me through college, after previously dropping out of high school and having two amazing children. It was an early autumn afternoon, around 4 to 5 p.m. I was in my room, doing some homework on my laptop at my desk. The desk faced the wall directly across from my bed, and my older style box TV was on top of my dresser to the left of my desk, about 2 feet away. I was, as usual, procrastinating doing my homework, so I was mindlessly watching some dumb TV show. Because my TV was so close, I stood up instead of using the remote to change the volume on my TV. As I reached out my left hand to press the button, as if a switch flipped, my entire environment changed. This affects me to this day. I still feel it in my soul that something strange happened. I didn't hallucinate, it was real. I was back in my childhood home, some 20 miles away, and seemingly 18 years in the past. I was standing in front of the only hallway closet in the one-bedroom house that I grew up in. The house was over 100 years old, and the closet was one of those with the doors that slides open on tracks. You know, the ones that doors never go back on the tracks right, so you must be careful with how you open it. Anyway, the door to the closet was open, and my already outstretched left arm was reaching toward a very distinct item. When I was little, my mother had this perfume bottle that, for some reason, I was absolutely in love with. The perfume itself was cheap and didn't smell particularly good to me. The bottle was glass and shaped like a bird, maybe a dove. Its wings were up and outstretched. It was beautiful, but it had a broken wing. I probably broke it, being the curious and clumsy child I was, and still am. So there I was, one moment in my somewhat modern bedroom in 2010, the next, in the old one-bedroom hallway, back in time 18 years. While I was there, I saw the bird bottle. I was within inches of grabbing it. My heart melted for that dumb little bottle of stinky perfume shaped like a one-winged dove. Oh my god, this is not a Fleetwood Mac song, I swear. Before my hand could actually make physical contact with that precious bird, the switch flipped again. I was back in front of my TV, outstretched left hand and all. My mind could not comprehend what just happened, and I felt immediately sick and dizzy. I was in such a state of shock and confusion that I just walked out of my room, down the hall, into the living room, and out into the front yard. I could do nothing but lurch over, hands on my knees, and try desperately to catch my breath, but mostly my sanity. This experience was so jarring, so real. I was physically in front of that open closet, reaching for that damn bird bottle. Then I wasn't. I wasn't particularly stressed about classes. It was community college. I'm not prone to hallucinations and was stone cold sober when this experience happened. I've only told a few people because, honestly, the subject of momentarily teleporting through time and space doesn't come up in conversation often, and I only know a few people that I can tell. Has anyone had anything like this happen? I still have no explanation, and it might have just been a weird break in my psyche, but it was not a dream, and I was not under the influence of anything or under any unusual stress.
Case notes are file 1069, Perfume and Time Warp, My Journey into the Past. So I believe the vision you had was of a real time and place. It may have been even a memory from your childhood. You weren't physically there, your mind went back, connected to your soul. This reminds me of that scene in the Mummy movie where Eve is sent back in time by her perspective, but it's really just memories of past lives, maybe even genetic, maybe related to a specific place and decoded by our brains. The knowledge was already there. You were just interacting with it, something prompted it, standing up in the way you did, moving towards the box TV, because it was old. Maybe that connected your mind to that memory, or a memory of a different person that was there, even in a different parallel universe. There's so many different copies of us meandering about in different parallel worlds. It's There's a lot of information and a lot of replays, you could say, to be accessed.
Case file number 1070, written by Menace to Sobriety 13. Razorheads Gone Rogue. My 22 pack of Razorheads disappeared from my toiletries drawer about a month ago. The pack is quite large and contains 22 Razorheads, each packed in a small plastic box with 3 Razorheads in each box, along with 1 razor. I know for sure that no one else touched it, since I'm the only one in the household using razors, and the drawer is in my room under my bed. Additionally, I have other paraphernalia in one part of the drawer, which is quite visible. If either of my parents opened it, they would have noticed it for sure. Now to the event itself. A month ago, I was getting ready for a date with my now ex and wanted to shave while I showered. I knew I had the aforementioned pack of Razorheads, and I had only used 2 plastic boxes by then, so I had 8 or 9 left for sure. When I opened the drawer, I couldn't see the carton sheet, which was the packet and the biggest and most noticeable item in there. I started rummaging through the drawer, but I couldn't locate it. After several minutes of searching, I was quite frustrated because I couldn't find them, so I started taking things out of the drawer one after the other until all the items were out and the drawer was empty. I only found 1 plastic box with 3 Razorheads while removing the items. I thought maybe I took all of them out and threw out the carton, but where are the rest of the Razorheads? Since all of this took me around 10 minutes, I didn't have any time to think about it and search for them, so I returned all the other things and went to shower. After a couple of days, I wanted to shave my legs quickly in the shower. I went to the drawer thinking I put the rest of the Razorheads in one of my necessities, but it turns out I hadn't. I even removed the drawer to check if they were somehow in the very small space behind the drawer, but of course they weren't, so I just let it go. This morning, I opened the drawer, and there was a Razorhead package with 7 or 8 plastic containers inside. I was like, what the hell? How and why? Just to add that I wasn't high on anything while I was searching for the package, nor this morning when it reappeared, and I haven't seen it before this morning, and I open this drawer daily.
Case notes for file 1070, Razorheads Gone Rogue. Right, so this is classic DOP, but I think it proves a theory I've had for a while. Even ghosts need to shave. No, but really, do they? I don't think so. But maybe they do. I mean, if you're an echo of the human body, you're just a soul. That soul, you're manifesting a body, a physical form. Now, it's not matter as we understand it, energy that's bound by the Higgs boson, compressed energy. And so the physical processes don't have to happen like hair growing out, all this lovely matted fur, You don't have to shave it off or off your body if you're a ghost. Unless, maybe some spirits don't realize they're spirit. If they're obsessed with their appearance, they may still want to take care of it. Just a theory, unless it's just the universe randomly taking your razors for some reason. But it seems more willed for that, because that's a lot of razors to go through. And now time for the quote of the day. No one will love you if you don't love yourself first. Don't need to add too much to this one. That's just to say that if you don't love yourself, then why would you expect anyone else to? It's the hardest thing in the world to evaluate yourself and all the mistakes you've had, the regrets you carry with you, and still think, I deserve love, and I'm gonna love myself first. That's the first step, the first person. And like the video, subscribe, hit the bell. Kinetic Symphony signing off.